So this is one of the articles which came up in Indian press, and what we are going to do is we are going to give it to NewsPrism. So this article has a lot of narratives, and it's written with totally, it's a very conservative. So definitely what we are going to do is we are going to get this article analyzed by three of our agents, one with progressive view, one with conservative view, and one with a neutral view. And I'm pretty sure from a polarization point of view, this article, which we are just analyzing, will come with a huge high polarization value of 80% and more, because if you go through this article, you will see that so she is basically a reporter from Wire, and she was shown the mirror by the Hindu woman in Noida sector. So Noida is named for police, and here you can see there's a high polarization index, and then these are the views of the far left as well as the far right, and the central sort of a viewpoint. And you can see that there are some facts where people from all these three agents are agreeing to, but they have some fundamental disagreements. So now let's enter into this debate. Hi, Sarah, welcome to the debate. Can you tell us more about this article?
Sarah, thank you for having me. The article outlines the situation in Noida's Sector 15A, where residents sought to construct a temple on public land. A journalist questioned this request, particularly regarding minority representation, leading to pushback from the local community. The article also mentions the existence of ongoing environmental and legal challenges related to the site. I'll yield the floor to the other panelists.
Marcus, tell us what's your view on this.
From my perspective, this appears to be a clear instance of media malpractice, where a journalist attempted to politicize and potentially disrupt a legitimate community initiative. The residents were simply seeking a space for their religious practices on land.
Okay, yes. Do you think that this particular land should be used for religious practices?
Public land is meant for everyone, and prioritizing the construction of a temple on it, especially when there are environmental and legal concerns, raises serious questions about secularism and minority rights.
Exactly. Marcus, this was exactly what I didn't agree with you, that how can you say that a land which can be used for community services, say for example, why should it go for temple constructions?
With respect, the residents were simply seeking to utilize a piece of land within their community for religious purposes. The focus should be on the rights of the locals to express their faith without undue interference or politicization. The land's designated community use could potentially accommodate their needs.
Okay, but Sarah, what do you think about the environmental concerns being raised by the minorities?
The environmental concerns and legal challenges raised regarding the construction are valid considerations. Addressing these issues properly is crucial for ensuring that the development is compliant and respects the broader community's well-being, including the environmental health of the region. These are important factors to balance against individual religious requests.
Exactly. Elias, do you agree or disagree?
I agree that the environmental and legal concerns are paramount. The community's right to religious freedom must be balanced against the larger societal interests, such as protecting the environment and ensuring the equitable use of public resources. The journalists highlighted a critical point about minority representation, which must be considered when making such decisions.
Okay, Marcus, if this journalist herself, she's from the minority, don't you think she has a political agenda pushing this against the majority community?
It's possible that the journalist's background could influence their perspective, but the article suggests that the emphasis was on the majority making a request on public land, which inevitably raises questions about minority representation in the public sphere. It's crucial to separate the individual's background from the validity of the issue being raised.
Okay, but Sarah, this is a religious sort of a demand which the majority has, right? And you understand religion is very much a sensitive topic, Sarah. So what do you think should be done for this particular land?
Given the complexity of the issue, it would be prudent to seek a compromise that fulfills the community's religious needs while also addressing the environmental and legal concerns. This might involve finding an alternative location that better balances all stakeholders' interests, or ensuring that the construction complies fully with all applicable laws and regulations.
Okay, Marcus, what do you think about this point? That should this religious activities be taken in some other place? What do you think?
I don't believe it's fair to suggest that the residents should move their religious activities to another location simply because a journalist or others might have different opinions. The community is part of the public, and their needs should be respected within the public space, as long as they comply with legal requirements. Suggesting alternative places implies that their presence is somehow unwelcome.
Okay, and Elias, what do you think about Sarah's proposal?
Sarah's proposal to find a compromise or alternative location is a very constructive approach. It recognizes the need to accommodate the community's religious desires, while also acknowledging the importance of environmental protection and the equitable use of public land. This type of middle ground can potentially lead to a more sustainable and inclusive solution.
Okay. Sarah, given this
wonderful
debate, and thanks for letting me know of what you all feel. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Your jury.
So, that's all this tool does. It acts like a prism which breaks news into different shades, and in this way, it gives the information to the user.